Hey, I'm going to start this video by just saying how proud I am of myself. I know it's risky to come on YouTube and say that you're proud of yourself, but I want to share that I am proud that I hung out with friends. Because in the past, I had such a bad tendency to always say no to hanging out with people that I care about because I would isolate myself. It was some way of coping. It was a toxic behavior that I did for myself. But recently things are changing, I'm growing, I'm healing, and I actually just hung out with my friends and it was so wholesome. It was great. I feel energized, I feel good, and I'm ready to film a YouTube video right now because of that. So this kind of ties into today's video, which is becoming a high frequency person. And I'm going to demystify what that means. It's really not that difficult to understand. I just want you to start thinking about this. Have you ever met someone where you instantly felt more energized, inspired, and optimistic about life? It's like that person gave you an energy shot and you literally feel like you can achieve whatever you want in life. How amazing are those people? Don't you want to be that person though? Don't you want to have that profound effect on someone? Because you can be that person. And I know that you don't think that I know you, but I do. Because you're here on this video and I know you're a good person. I just know that because I know what I'm putting out there, the value that I give is to attract good people. It's to attract people that are self-aware, that are trying to self-develop, to self-improve. And I know you are that person. Everyone that I've seen in my comments are intelligent people. Most of them, 99% of them. Obviously, there's always going to be the haters. Haters gonna hate, what's up? But most people are super intelligent people that are self-aware, and I can see that they're growing and that they have put some thought into who they are and where they want to go and who they want to be. So I know that about you. And I know you have that potential to be a high frequency person where not only do you affect other people and make their lives better, but it will give you a sense of fulfillment because you're just living at a higher vibration and you're just lifting everybody up. I get excited just to talk about this. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now because a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with some teammates of mine. And I say teammates because if you don't know who I am, my name is Bianca. What's up? I'm a professional soccer player, so I play soccer for a living. And I have teammates always around me. So I'm always talking with similar people as me. And I was telling them, I was trying to make them realize that they have a lot of value to offer. Kind of like what I'm doing to you right now. But I say that to my teammates because a lot of the public looks at us like we're superhuman. They look at professional athletes like we're different, like we're not a human being, that we have something special, but really we're not that special. We just learn to overcome our issues, our setbacks, our obstacles. But if we look at our lives and the hardship we had to go through, it's very normal. It's very common to the average person. We just found a way to overcome them, to not let failure, to not let limiting beliefs, people, situations hold us back. That's what made us go to the next level. That's what made us become the top 1% in our craft. I was telling them, I was trying to encourage them to use their story, use their insights, and give values to others and help other people because they want to have an impact on other people, but they don't know to go about it. And I was like, have the courage to go out there and tell your story and own your story and tell people who you are and how you can help them. It was so amazing having those conversations because afterwards, repeatedly, different people were saying, I feel so energized. I feel like I can go after what I want, or you've just reignited new passions inside of me. And when I would hear those things, I'd realize I have felt fulfilled. When I made people feel that way, feel like they could believe in themselves, it just showed me that this is what I want to do in life, is make people believe in themselves and understand how valuable they are. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with you here on YouTube. But I do that in my daily life. And I was like, wow, how can I feel this feeling more often, that I'm on my purpose and that I can have this sense of fulfillment? So I started looking into what does it mean to be like this high frequency person? Because I want to be that person more, and I want to teach others to be that person, because how wonderful is it if we would all elevate each other? Like I said, I know you're a good person, But if you look at a spectrum, you're probably like somewhere in the middle, maybe a little bit above. Contrary to what a high frequency person is, you can look at the other end of the spectrum and you know those type of people. Those are the people that gossip, that bring other people down, that are negative, that sucks the light out of you, that when you hang out with them, you feel less energized, you feel like you have a headache almost. That's being a low vibrational person. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person, but it's so easy to become that person if you hang out around those type of people. So just know your worth. Know that you can climb up that ladder and don't succumb to what most people do, is to just go down that spectrum. So you want to build your way up. You want to build your way to a high frequency person. And I want you to realize that being that high frequency person is not only to benefit others, it really is to benefit yourself as well. Like, this is a win-win for everyone. This is the best way to live your life, a win-win situation. You're going to benefit from this because not only will you help others, but you will be on a purpose. You will have meaning in your life, and you will inspire yourself while you inspire others. You being the high frequency person shows you the self-respect that you have for yourself. And if you're living on that high vibration, you attract what you put out there. You attract good in your life. You attract more opportunities, more resources, more wealth, more relationships. You just attract the good that you put out there. So there's nothing to lose if you take the time to listen to my video and implement what I have to tell you. Because it's not something that you just hear and you become. It's something that you will learn right now, and then you have to leave this video and get after it. Do what I'm telling you to do and apply the concepts that I'm going to tell you. So there's 5 hidden traits that you need to be aware of if you want to become that high frequency person. Number 1, you have to question society. People that are high frequency people, they have a rebellious nature at their core. They always try to question why things are happening a certain way and challenge the status quo. And don't be afraid if you're not really rebellious. I used to be someone that was a rule follower. My whole childhood, I would always do what was told to me, and I would always listen to my parents. I would always listen to what my teachers had to say, and I would always respect authority, because not because I had a reverence towards them, but because I was scared of them. So I was a huge rule follower. But luckily, I had friends that could be good, could be bad. You can interpret however you want, but they were rebels. They were people that I felt attracted to because they thought differently. They were challenging why we had to do certain things. And today, those people are some of the most intelligent people that I know. And they were the people that got in the most trouble growing up, which is weird. So if you're one of those people, kind of embrace the fact that you don't follow the rules. That could be a sign that you're just meant to be at a higher vibration than other people. So you want to question society, because right now, if you just do what's being told for you, you're easily manipulated. Because the government, and I hate to bring this bracket in, but I have to do it, the government wants you to stay scared, dumb, broke, fat, sick, poor. They want you to stay that way because that way you become reliant on them. And once you become reliant on them, that lowers like your energy, because you become kind of like a puppet. And when you're easily manipulated, how can you inspire others? Because whatever you think is not really what you think. It's what the society, what the government wants you to think. So start challenging your own beliefs. Start challenging why things are a certain way. When someone tells you, oh, we have to do this, ask why. Asking why is one of the best questions you can do as a practice every single day, because you will always get to a deeper root cause of something. Lower vibration people are hesitant to explore beyond their own beliefs because they think that whatever they know is the absolute truth. And that's one of the biggest mistakes you can do, because a lot of what we think we know is true is literally what has been conditioned to us since we were children. We did not decide our beliefs. If we never have questioned our own beliefs, they are not our own. Once you start questioning your thoughts, your beliefs, and how the world works, you're going to become a better problem solver. And that's good, not only for yourself, but for others. Because when you're going to talk to people, instead of making their problems worse and just feeling pity for them, you will look at finding solutions in such a loving and compassionate way, because you will give them that belief that things can change and things can be better, and you're going to give people hope because you have this problem-solving mindset, and that comes by questioning everything. The second thing that you need to commit to is to play the long game. So, do you know Eckhart Tolle? I'm asking you like you would answer me right now. If you don't know who he is, he's an author that wrote The Power of Now. Amazing spiritual book I recommend. He said this quote: "The power of creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present." This is extremely important because whatever you do right now has a huge impact on what your future looks like. So whatever you do right now, treat it with respect because that thing matters. If you think about the long game, is whatever you do in the present moment, you realize it has a chain of effect of who you will be in the future. So if you want to be someone that is fit, healthy, spiritually healthy, intelligent, mindful, has good relationships, it starts right now. It won't start when you're going to be ready. It won't start when you're going to graduate. It won't start when you're going to leave your parents' home. It starts now with every little thing that you do, because who you are, the character in the present moment, is what shapes your future. You have to treat the present moment with respect. Fully be here and realize how magnificent it is to be here right now. I just got a huge glimpse that I am here in the present moment filming a video to you. And I hope that right now you take a moment to realize that you are listening to me. You are present, you are engaged, you're not distracted, you are here. Let's fucking go. I love thinking about that. And when you think about the long game, don't think about next year or in 3 months. I'm talking about 10, 20, 30 years from now. When I'm doing my YouTube channel right now, I'm thinking about the fact that this is going to be beneficial for me 30 years from now. One of the people I respect the most in this world is Andrew Huberman. I love what he does, his mission in life. And look at him peaking in his 50s. He is peaking right now, but he has done work for the past 40 years of his life, tried different things. I mean, his story is remarkable. And look at the impact he has right now. It did not come by luck. It came because he had intentional work. Everything that he did every single day had a purpose for the long game. So I want you to start breaking the pattern of instant gratification. Whatever addictions that you have, whatever vices that you have to stop wasting your time with mindless activities that drain you and keep you stuck at a lower vibration. If you want to elevate your life, you got to do things differently than most people. If you want to go up the spectrum, when you have free time, don't go and watch TV, don't go and party, don't go and smoke weed. Read books, have a deep conversation, journal, meditate, breathe. Do things that are fully engaging your brain in the present moment, because that's what's going to nurture your better future. I hope this really hit home. This is really important, and I hope that you start implementing that. So now let's go to number 3. The third thing is that you need to have strong boundaries. People that have a high frequency know when to say no, because that is a sign of self-respect and is a sign of self-love. Say no to things because you know you deserve better. That is something that I have always been good at naturally. I've always been able to say no because I'm someone that is so future oriented that everything I do, I've always thought about how would that impact my future. And this is the best thing I could have done for myself because, for example, in college, I knew when to say no. I knew when to not party. I knew when I didn't want to hang out. And I'm so glad it did because I see what it did to the other people that had no self-respect, no restriction or rules for themselves. And even today, I told you I hung out with some friends, but after 2 hours, I was tapped out. I was like, my cup is filled. I filled their cup. It was a great energy exchange. But this is the time I felt a calling. I literally felt it in my gut. I was like, I need to go home and I need to start filming a YouTube video. That's literally what I thought about. And I just said, they kept hanging out. They kept getting coffee. And I just said, I had to go. And I was like, thank you. And I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow, So respect your future, respect your desires, by setting boundaries right now, learning to say no, learning to leave, learning to let go to things that aren't aligned with that version of yourself that you want to achieve. So many people are like, oh, how do I set my boundaries? It's so easy. You need to know what you value. What are your values? So for me, I have 3 values that I even put on my banner on YouTube channel. It says authenticity, growth, and leadership. I don't know why I stuttered. Authenticity, growth, leadership. Those are 3 of my main values that I have in my life. Authenticity is being yourself. And being myself is a value that I have because I realize that once I am truly authentically myself, there is nothing to worry about because there is no other way I should be than just be me. There's nothing to be ashamed of than being yourself and respecting yourself. And to be authentic means to know yourself. So you have to do the work to get to know yourself. So if I want to be authentic, I have to hold myself accountable to analyze what I do, to be mindful of how I act, to learn from my mistakes. And then I have the growth. Growth is a huge value of mine because I know that whatever happens in a situation, if I value growth, I will always overcome it. I will never fall victim to a situation. And then finally, I have leadership because I know that if I want to step up my life, I need to lead my life. And then once I know how to perfectly lead my life, I will learn to lead others. And right now I'm in this transition. I feel like I'm owning my life and I'm ready to lead others, which is why I'm coming here on YouTube. And then I want to make you become a leader of your life so then you can lead others. So everything I do, I know when to say no if it doesn't respect those values. When something is pulling me in a direction that doesn't align with those values, it's easy for me to be like, no, this doesn't align with who I am, with what I want. So that's why you need to figure out what are the values you have for yourself, and then it's so much easier to respect your boundaries. And then number 4, you have to be on this endless quest for wisdom. I know that there's a lot I need to learn. I know there's a lot I need to nurture in my mind, and I want to be just more connected to my spirituality. I want to think differently. I really want to keep learning, and there's so much that I need to heal still and discover. You have to be obsessed with that. Because the moment that you stop and you become stagnant and lazy and complacent, you won't grow anymore. And if you don't grow, you're going against nature and you're just bringing everyone down. I promise you, if you put your mind into dedicating yourself to gain knowledge, you will fall in love with gaining knowledge. Initially, it might feel difficult for you to stop scrolling or stop watching TV to learn because you're not used to it. But this is a skill, this is a habit. Like reading is a habit. And the more you do it, the more easy it is, and the more you fall in love with the process. It literally takes one book to change your life for you to fall in love with reading. So explore, try different things. I used to not read that much growing up. I would read fiction here and there, but I wouldn't read self-help books. And then the first self-help books, I went where I was curious and it was kind of fun, but it was still very difficult for me to read. But then I found some key books that changed my life. The Power of Now, The Alchemist, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The 4 Agreements. I mean, I could name so many that have changed my life and made me fall in love with reading because I can see the impact it can have. And I want you to feel that because once you feel like you're gaining wisdom, it is an energy that you cannot replicate anywhere else. When you sense yourself grow, when you sense your mind expand, you cannot get that anywhere else. It's like those aha moments that is a full length of a book. You're like, wow, I just read a book recently that made me feel that way. It's called The Road Less Traveled. If there was a book that could put into words how I could feel that I could not verbalize, it would be that book. It was amazing. It opened my mind and it made me cry while I was reading it because I just felt so heard. I felt understood. And then finally, the 5th hidden trait is that high frequency people have a strong manifestation ability. And you might not believe in law of attraction or anything like that, but to me, there's nothing to like believe in. It just is what it is. It makes sense to me. If you put good things out there, you will get good things back. If you have good intentions and you do good, you will get it back through your actions, right? It's not just thinking. You can't just have wishful thinking and have it manifest into your life. You have to go out there. And to me, a high frequency person is someone that is true to their word. They say that they're going to do good. They go out there and do good. And then it just happens that high frequency people always get lucky. They always get back what they put out there. Those people that make you feel energized, they make you feel optimistic, they look like they have their life figured out, because they kind of do. Since they're on momentum, whatever they put out there, they get back, and it just builds up, and they just keep getting higher. They're not going back, and those people are never peaking, and we can be that type of person. You have to take ownership of your life. You have to realize that you are the creator of your world, and that everything that you think, feel, and express is moving out to the world and shaping the path that you will be on. Everything that you are matters. Think about your thoughts. Your thoughts have a huge impact on your emotional state. And the way that you think affects how you feel, and the way that you feel affects what you do. So you need to go back to your thoughts. You need to go back to meditation and realizing what is the narrative you have in your mind, because whatever you tell yourself is a self-fulfilling prophecy, is what's going to happen. If you always think negatively, chances are your life will be negative. And I'm not saying like have positive thoughts and it will be a positive life. That's not really how it works. What I'm saying is that at a deeper level, what your beliefs are, what you say to yourself constantly, is what your life is going to look like. So right now, I have firm belief that I'm on the right path, that I'm making an impact, that I'm getting momentum. Do I really know that? Not really. No one knows anything about the future, but I choose to believe that it is the case, and I choose to have like faith that that's what's going to happen. And guess what? It's going to happen. I feel it. I feel it inside of me. So I want you to start thinking about your thoughts. Be aware, separate yourself from your thoughts, and observe, what is this narrative that's coming in my mind? If you just start by changing the way that you think, you can start changing your life. And that's how it starts. So I hope you really enjoyed hearing about those 5 traits. I hope you feel inspired. I hope that I have been this somewhat higher frequency person for you that makes you feel inspired to be that type of person, to get after what you want, because I'm telling you, I know who you are. I know you're a good person. I know you can make an impact, and I know you can lead others to do the same. And I need you to do that, because we're a community here. We're a team, and we're going to elevate each other, and we're all going to have a healthier, happier life, full of fulfillment. I get chills thinking about it, because this is us in alignment right now. So thank you so much for listening into the end. I'm proud of you for listening into the end. If you listen to the end, this is a sign that you will become a higher version of yourself, because you had the attention span to listen, which is one of the best qualities that you can have. So thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you in the next day or so in a new video. Mwah.